Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and we're back again with another Spirit Island video. Today we are playing both of the spirits from Promo Pack 1. That is the the Kickstarter bonus that came as a part of, I believe it was the original release of the game. That would be Heart of the Wildfire and Serpent Slumbering Beneath the Island. I don't think I've ever played these two spirits together before, and I wonder if it could be a bit of a challenge trying to find presents that Wildfire is willing to give up, since every single presence is pretty precious for Wildfire. I mean, at least the first absorb is going to be easy because you start with that triple stack in one land, but we'll see how it goes. When you buy this these days, it's going to come as a part of the Feather and Flame expansion. That's Promo Pack 1 and Promo Pack 2 together. And that is going to come with the Kingdom of Scotland in it. And so that is what we're going to play today. Let's go. Ooh, opening up with the jungles. Well, Wildfire gets a pretty slick opener, right? We just come in and kill here. We can fast kill the 8 on turn 1. And then when Serpent defends these, the Dahan's going to counterattack here and destroy this town. So we could make a really quick pocket. This could turn out to be a pretty nice snowbally opener, though F2 is going to be pretty rough for us to deal with. We really don't have any way of dealing with it in this early stage of the game. We're just going to have to hope it works out for us. Let's go here to eventually bring these two Dahan together. And then let's see. For Serpent, we know we're going to absorb Aegis on turn 2, so I think we're going to wind up doing a Primordial Deeps on this first turn just to try and give more cards over to Wildfire, try and smooth out their opener. So yeah, let's do this. Ooh, Constancy. Constancy is really nice, because Flame's Fury is just like the best card for Wildfire, especially in the early game, but a 0-cost 2-element card is really important, and then the bonus damage and the energy are both very relevant effects as well. That would make it for a really, really nice turn. All the rest of these cards don't seem to matter. So yeah, I think just doing straight up Constancy and then just using it immediately very well could be the way to go. Just giving the Flame's Fury back. Because that's kind of the same thing as Gift of Primordial Deeps, in that at the end of the turn, Wildfire will have 5 cards in hand. The difference is that this is reliably a good card, and Primordial Deeps might be good, right? But there's very few cards in the deck that are just better than Flame's Fury. I mean, a 0-cost 2-element is the golden standard for Wildfire, and we just drafted one of them. I'm not sure even how many more there are in the game. I can only think of like 1 or 2 more. We've got Gift of Living Energy, Hazard Spread are the 2 that I was thinking of. And there are some that are like 1-cost 2-element, but Wildfire is such a poor spirit, we really would have that 0-cost. Yep, we have Shadows of the Burning Forest, that's 3. Sear Anger for 4 hits. Okay, we got 4 hits in the deck. It's actually more than I thought it would be. Regardless, this is a guarantee. That one's a wager. Okay, with the Wetlands follow-up, that is pocketed. That's great for us. And this could turn into a nice little snowbally effect for us. That would just be beautiful. Oh yeah, and also the extra energy that Primordial Deeps does not offer is very relevant. Okay. So we know what we're doing with Serpent, right? We're just going to absorb Aegis, defend all this, right? Aegis will defend 5 and 8 as well. So we're probably going to be stuck on an absorb Aegis loop for a bit, so let's just gain some energy. Because oftentimes, like, after doing absorb Aegis a whole bunch of times, you really just want to play a major. And we can go... I guess we'll go, like, out here. Now, with this absorb, we're going to be getting an extra element, but it's one turn too early. If we got to 2 card plays, we would not be adding a blight if we grow into the 2. So we wouldn't even be able to use our innate. Yeah, so this turn we're just going to grow into the 3 and most likely just do nothing. Or actually, a asphyxiating smoke will provide value somewhere on the board. Right, we might even asphyxiating smoke right here. Yeah, and that draft would have missed. Portents of Disaster cost 0. Probably never going to play any of these cards. I guess Scream Disease, the +1 range, could be something that Serpent cares about in the future, just because Serpent struggles to get into Blighted Lands. Is that more likely to play than just Fear? Yeah, this takes a Sacred Site. Probably still not going to play it regardless, but at least there's a non-zero chance. Okay, definitely looking for range 1 Blight removal now. So we'd be able to remove a Blight from F2. Then we can grow in and get business done. Let's see, we'll absorb and we'll take a fire. That'll give us a Blight removal. Aegis here. Let's see, Beast, push. Really does not matter. I guess we can push the town. We don't want to push the town here. We could push the Explorer into this. But then if we get another Wetlands, it'll be 5, but... yeah, we'll just push the Explorer in. Try and see if we can get a free kill there. Okay, we'll build here. And build here. Okay, we get the mountains. Scotland 6. Definitely go here, so we have just things to kill with our powers. And here. Okay. Then last we get the asphyxiating smoke, which we could use right here, and I think that's perfectly fine. Alright, if we Aegis this, couldn't get a presence into here to Aegis this. Or I guess it's better to asphyxiating smoke the 5, because like maybe we grow into C3 just to get a little bit of, you know, tempo, but we'll be able to kill this no problem. So let's just kill the one that we don't have a blight in. You know, compared to the Branch and Claw game that we just did, where both spirits are allergic to blight, this is a very unnatural pairing, where we can only go into unblighted, or I guess both spirits can only go into unblighted lands, except it plays out a little bit different for the two of them. Yeah, we can do this, and then add a presence up here. Not sure if we need to absorb, but well, certainly Aegis will defend all this. Not sure if we need to absorb yet, so let's hold off on that for a second. We very well might do something like this Gift of Constancy. And the benefit of Constancy is that now we can get the Aegis back without having to reclaim, allowing us to grow again. So that could lead to some pretty cool stuff. For Wildfire, we'll just keep on gaining cards. No blight removal. Yeah, and I'm actually considering with Wildfire, maybe Wildfire picks up this C3, and then that just, and then we could go either to the C6, to the F5. There's a couple different spots for Elemental Aegis to pick up 2 of these lands. We've already got presence, like maybe, using this to kill off that town. Though in order to do that, we would want to get, no, we have 2 fire, 2 earths. Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. There's Will Scotland 6. So had we done our Asphyxiating Smoke in like the 8 or maybe the 3, then we could have denied a Scotland 6 on land number 7. That is something notable, an opportunity that we missed out on in order to pick up this one in land number 5, and that very well could be a mistake. Let's see. We'll go this way. Normally I don't like putting disease in with these lands, but I feel like a Dahana Defend is going to be the way that we wind up getting after C2. So let's see. If we did something like this, we don't have any land with double blight in it. So we're going to want to do another dual element card. So we could do something like an animated rack root. This will allow us to just remove a blight without having it to be doubled up. Actually, we could do a Threatening Flames and just kick this town out. So kill 1, push 1. And we don't need this Flames Fury. We could instead play this. Because, yeah, we have 2 damage to fast kill, push you out, deny the Scotland 6. Animated Rack Root and the slow phase can just be broadly useful. If we get jungles again, that'd be really nice just to be able to solve the 5 without having to invest another presence. That would allow us to grow into the 2. Yeah. Ooh, cultural asim. We are not protected. Okay, do we want to kill this town or not? If we split our damage, then we would want to use this to just kill off 2 towns. Which then just means that one of these lands will not be protected by an elemental Aegis, and we just have to grow into it. Which isn't the worst. It's just a notable thing. And because of these 2 explorers, and also all these Dahan, we'd probably want to defend board F, and then have Wildfire or something deal with board C. I like keeping the beasts around, just for eventual future value. And hey look, you have those 2 Dahan in this land? That's going to pay off. Ooh. Alright. So now, if we do this, now all of a sudden that's not going to build, and this Elemental Aegis just solves it. And we can go... Oh, drat, we can't. That's fine. We can go here. And we did get the jungles. Okay, so we'll go here and here. Just putting our pieces into lands that were capable of dealing with them. Go here because there's nothing. Here. Dealing 2 damage. And what do we wish to get back? Let's get back the Threatening Flames. And the Elemental Aegis. Okay. So Wildfire's going to grow first. Growing into the 2, cascading back into the 5, which will flip the Blight card. And then Serpent will grow. And Serpent's very likely to do an Absorb, so that we can get a... Well, actually, we can already do a triple plant. But yeah, I'm going to invest... Because we're just good on the mountains, I'm going to invest my resources into F2 this turn. Visions of Fiery Doom is like another version of Threatening Flames, but the notable differences are important. 1, this does not require Blight, and 2, this can push into a land with our presence. So now when we get lands like this F5, if an invader shows up, we would have to invest. Like sometimes it could just be really tricky to deal with it. But Visions of Fiery Doom makes it a lot easier. Also, I'm probably going to absorb and break up this Sacred Site. So I'm not interested in doing something like a Fire in the Sky. Oh, wow. Okay. Oof. Hee hee hee. Ha ha ha. Alright, very small Blight pool. Let's go. Heart of the Wildfire. Strangling Firevine seems sensible just because it's on Element, but Bombard is cheap. And cheap is good. We have to target from a jungle, that gives me full coverage, or from a mountain, that gives me... Yeah, this I already have 100% coverage. Plant... Earth, air. I don't have the... I have air. I don't have earth. Trees radiate is an interesting one. Won't be able to... I guess I got suns covered. I got plant, but no moon. At least no sun moon. I think we're going to take Bombard just because it's cheap. But then what is Serpent going to take? Because this is actually... The earth element is relevant, and like having earth plant is nice because that's going to help us hit our proliferation. So it is quite good here too. Though notably we have other plant cards. Maybe Trees Radiate's going to be the ticket as a means to start working on this land number 1. So Wildfire will go Bombard, and Serpent will go Radiate. Okay. And let's see, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 HP in this land. So if we do something like this, that's going to give us 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we get +1 element, 1 fire element from Absorb Essence. We are 2 elements shy of thresholding Bombards. That's more than what Absorb Aegis will be able to give us. We could play something like a Gift of Flowing Power in order to pull some more damage. Gift of Flowing Power would probably lead us to playing this Flash Fires. Notably, we actually have to reclaim in order to get a presence into either of these lands, because we cannot grow into a blighted land. Okay, not now. Reclaim. We'll go here. So Aegis for 3. We'll cover both of those. Yeah, looking to see if we do something like this. I do want to maximize my damage here as well. Which I just need to play an Earth card for. A Moon Earth is a nice pull because we get to kill a town and push a town. So that'll make it a 6 HP land. Could go up to 8, right? But it'll be at 6. So that means now Trees Radiate will protect this land. And we'd pick up the plant for the energy. So I think this is the direction we're going to go. Ooh, L.E. Boon. Okay, so we L.E. Boon for water, earth, plant. And then we any into a plant, and that'll hit our proliferation. Which, funnily enough, will not proliferate Wildfire. But maybe that's not a bad thing. We got such little blight. So if we go for plant, earth, water, that gives no additional damage over here. If we go fire, earth, that'll give me a double blight removal. But then we're not hitting proliferation for Serpent. I think proliferation for Serpent is probably more valuable. So basically, if we take this, we could proliferate Serpent. Oh, this is another 0 cost 2 element I don't think I identified earlier. Huh. How about that? Teeming Rivers is blight removal. Though, yeah, we do still have a Sacred Site, so we can remove this blight, we can move that blight. Yeah, it's going to be L.E. Boon. L.E. Boon here for plant, water, earth, any into this. Now we hit our Prolif. Everything gets defended. Flames Fury. Here for 4. 2, 3, 4. And then you. Okay, where's Threatening Flames gonna go? I guess it just has to go to the sands. They can't go to the mountains, unfortunately. Yeah, if those 2 explorers weren't there, then we could push this to the mountains and get extra value, and that would be really nice. But things are already going pretty solid right now. Ooh. Yeah, we really need some blight removal, huh? Okay, we'll go here. Destroy 2 presents. 1... 2. Thank you, Serpent. Over here, we'll go 1, 2. Okay, here we go, here we go. If we strike this town, that protects us against getting explored. And we can strife this town. Okay, sands and wetlands. Now it's starting to get real. Okay, we got a fear and 2 damage. Adding a Badlands. Okay, over here we got 2 damage, 2 fear. So right now we're going to do 2 damage, 2 fear, which will then leave 4 damage, 4 damage. So then Aegis for 3 will protect it, and that's fine. So we can just do that. You'll go to the mountains, because our best spot. So that'll be defended. That's all good and fine. Sands and wetlands. Is there something I could go here to deny this? I could go here. It's two range from the mountains or jungles, and actually that's a sand, so that's not in range. I could go here. But here honestly might be the best spot just because we need that Badlands in order to fight back on the land. I do think I actually want to reclaim here because our next turn's going to be really, really bad. And I need to basically play the same exact set of cards again. Probably going to take an Absorb Essence here on our next turn. Okay, what are we doing on our next turn with Wildfire? I'm trying to think if we can basically just get a huge Firestorm where we get like a Flames Fury, Threatening Flames, and then we probably throw out like a Elemental Boon maybe? If we play all three of these again, and then we receive an air. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 1 damage for 5. So that'll kill all of this. This land's probably just going to have to be sacrificed for Blight. Because we got the coastal coming up, right? So we got to prioritize our coastal control over our inland control. Right here, we can let it not build. We can let it explore as a town and then just drop a defense. And the 2 Dahan will just clear the land, and that'll be easy. This actually looks like a really nice Aegis here because everything has Dahan, and nothing's going to get too big. If we need to, we can slow kill this town, but this will be our Aegis land going into here. Or actually, this will be our Aegis land because it picks up these 3 buildings, plus it also picks up land number 8. Let's do that. Oh, it does 3 damage. Does that extra damage accomplish anything anywhere? Like we can just full clear this right now. I don't see a spot where that extra damage matters. I guess what we could do is go here, kill city. So then if we hit the double air, 5 damage, then with the Badlands, kills all of this. That would be most effective. And now I always like to proliferate into blighted lands whenever possible, just because you can't get there by normal means. Okay, this could work out pretty slick. So our goal with Wildfire is to get 5 damage. So we want to get triple plant, 4 fires, and 2 air in order to hit everything. Still missing out on blight removal, which is very sad. I think a snagging bog? No, well, we don't really have sacred sites, and all of this is sacred site stuff. It's probably just going to be forget fodder. Oh, because of those destroyed presents, we actually don't have to absorb. Still might do it, but because we have a lot of energy on Wildfire, it might be more efficient for us to do things like a get the flowing power into Ellie Boon. So let's just focus on Wildfire for a second because, well, we know over here we're playing Aegis, right? We're Aegising this. Right now it's defending for 3. Maybe we will absorb just to get up to 4. We'll see what happens. But over here, this is where the game is. And If we do this, this already gets me, if I go fire, plant, air, then that already meets all my elemental requirements. Fire, plant, air. Then a fire, earth card would get me a double blight removal, which would be nice there. A fire, earth card? Do I even have one? No. So I would, this would have to be a fire, earth. This would be earth, and then we could just, flash fires or something. Flash fire is not a bad card when combined with Flame's Fury. Or I guess there's a lot of cards we could play here. Because we need fire, fire. Yeah, and going for the air, earth will also threshold this, right? So there's multiple reasons to go for it. So we want air, earth, plant, fire, fire. So we need a 2-element card to come down. Yeah, get the flowing power plus elemental ages, right? Because I need 2 elements, absorb essence won't get us there. Ooh, Vigor of the Breaking Dawn. Vigor of the Breaking Game, as some would say. If there was ever a turn to play a Tsunami, it's this turn. Funny thing is, we are actually in a position where we really just do not need it. Venomous Spiders is pretty solid. Neither spirit really has Dahan movement. We have our growth, and that's the most amount of Dahan movement we got over here. I feel like Vigor is just a very safe pick. Though Exaltation of Incandescent Sky is pretty cool, and we have the energy for it. So actually, okay, so that will replace the Get the Flowing Power, right? Just play an extra power card by paying its cost. That's the same thing as Flowing Power. But then we get the Slow to Fast. Yeah, it'll be Exaltation. Let's see. This is already going to be our Aegis spot. Let's go out here. Exaltation. Aegis. To threshold it, we only need 1, 2, plus 3. Yeah, we're only 5 elements short. With 1 element to be gained right now, that's fine. It's important to note, actually, by the way, you resolve cards from top to bottom. So if the card that you play has the right elements, you can actually play Exaltation and threshold itself. However, we need triple air, and we have 0. So that's probably not going to happen. This looks pretty slick. Ooh, yeah, getting Bombard slow to fast. Oh man, this is actually going to turn to a really nice turn. It's going to turn to a really nice turn. Okay. Aegis here. Flame's Fury here. Alright, so Exaltation. Need to play a card. Now, this needs to have 2 elements, and one of the elements must be fire. So, like fire plant, fire air, or fire earth. Also, if it's a slow card, it'll become fast, and that's pretty cool. The next one is going to be coastal. Then after that, we're looking at sands or wetlands. So there will be a bit of a back-to-back. We have no sacred sites, so asphyxiating smoke is right out. It's either going to be flash fires, rack root, threatening flames. I think actually threatening flames is going to be right out as well. We have too much damage. I think at this point we've completely run out of food, right? Because we're going to have 3 damage at range 0. That's going to empty out this land. And then we're going to kill all of this. And Wildfire is going to have literally nothing to do with all of their presence. So that's the problem that we're about to run into. So we just need to play cards that solve problems at range 1. Okay, and then over here, I'll just play like Constancy. Why not? Deal 3 damage. This land's going to be solved. We could empty out land number 1 right now by doing 3 damage and then flash fires to pick it off. But I think getting rid of this city is higher value. Because we can always just bombard this. It's going to be town city. We can bombard it in the slow phase. Or I guess we could just get rid of it right now. Golly, we got way too much going on. I wonder, did we have a... No, we didn't have a 2-element card available. We're going to sit on this for a second. Because we need to elemental boon for plant, fire, earth. Plant, earth, and fire. That gets us everything. So now we're nicely loaded up. If we go here, okay, all of that clears. No reason not to just do this right now. Just build up our blight pool. Oh, and because of the earth plant, then now we can do this, and now we do hit a proliferation. Big brain. Oh my gosh, it's all working out. That's great. That means we're going to be online next turn. This is turning out wonderfully. The only reason I'm thinking about not playing anything else right now is just because we're going to explore. And we might as well let him build up to knock him back down. So with the bombard, right, it's going to build a city. And we could have it explore as a town and then have both of these get used in land number 1. Have like an explorer come here, town come here. Then Wildfire probably just grows into C8. So that way we are not necessarily forced to take a blight here. We could also bombard this land. We have a lot of options. I think we're in a very strong position. Let's just hold our cards. Oh, rip. So sad. If we had just a few more fear, then invaders would do bonus damage, which I guess is worse, so that's okay. We're in a very strong position. Beast killed a Han, that's very sad. So we'll go here. Oh, this is also a good land to hit with that flash fires. This one we don't have a Dahan kill, so let's go up here. Okay, we'll go here, here, here. And I think we'll put the Explorer in the mountains. Okay. Because this land is actually fully solved by Trees Radiate. So we don't really need to do too much right here. Great. Just growing into that land will solve it, so that's easy. Flash fires just to cleanly solve this without having to do anything. We still are not double absorbed, so we don't need to... Sorry, double absorbed. So we don't need to worry about proliferating. Which is funny to say that, like, we actively don't want to proliferate. Yeah, we can just go here and go this way, I suppose. Just keep putting ourselves into blighted lands whenever we can. And we get 4 damage. So, let's see. That's going to be... Right now we're still defending for 3. Let's do that. Now I'm not so sure if Flames Fury is the pick, because now I'm starting to value air a lot more. Fire Plant Air is looking real nice, which is making me lean towards this Elemental Boon. Also just, you know, hitting cool things. I think on this next turn we're probably going to go pulling a Major plus Ellie Boon for 3. No, we're going to be playing Trees Radiate. So, yeah, it might be like a Radiate Aegis turn. Because, let's see. Aegis gets here, here, here. Wildfire grows here. Defend this land for 6. Wildfire kills this. And that's everything. Okay, so everything is allocated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't make sense to go for 4 card plays. Yeah, we'll just go for the energy for a turn. Aegis plus Trees Radiate. Probably just gain a Major, though. Probably get rid of the Gets of Flowing Power just because it's the same thing, but worse than Exaltation. And once you're at 6 energy a turn, it's the same cost. So this will not be thresholded, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. I guess we'll take Elemental Boon. I think the top end for Elemental Boon is just higher. Okay. Still looking for Blight Removal. Instead, we got 2 more 0 costs. I do like the Shadows of the Burning Forest. I don't need to play it quite yet. I think I'll play it when in the turn to the Explorers, just in case we get the jungles. I could go Fire here, and then that just cleanly solves that land. Let's see. This is the only land that I can do damage in with my innate, so as long as I play any plant, one plant, one fire, and all of a sudden now we're good. Yeah, very quickly running out of things to do with Wildfire. Pretty crazy problem to have. Maybe that's a reason to play Shadows, just to, like, push things into my lands for future value. But yeah, let's go for a Major. T-Sack is funny, because it's like, hey, instead of playing Aegis, you just play T-Sack. Because after growing this turn, we'll actually kind of be stuck. And we'll need to find a way to lose a presence again over the course of this turn. Yeah, I don't think T-Sack's the pick. Cleansing Floods is a way to remove Blight. It's not so bad on Serpent either, right? Because we get a free water. The Any, we've got Exaltation for a water. You know, honestly, actually, I'm going to take Irresistible Call just because we have just, like, things in lots of places, and it would be great to just bring it all together. Let's get rid of the Flowing Power. We'll bring back Constancy this turn. And, yeah. Go here. Going for Aegis and Radiate. Over here, let's see. There's no point actually in playing Elemental Boon this turn because we can't proliferate. We could Threshold Trees Radiate, or if we any into a Sun, and then we go Sun, Plant, any. Sun, Plant, other. That would give us 3 damage, killing off the city. That way, if we get something like Strife doesn't matter, or Strife doesn't work for the turn, then we're protected. That's a good enough reason for me. Maybe... No, I was going to say, maybe we play Exaltation to also play Absorb, but then we're not playing one of these. That's fine. I mean, honestly, we're just hoping for like a Blighted Island event that makes me sacrifice a presence. That would just be peak gaming. I have no Sacred Sight, so lots of cards that cannot be played. Scream Disease, we definitely have a target for range 0 stuff, so that's not going to be useful. Though the disease itself could be useful. We can do this. I just need to play anything with a plant for my last card. Or actually, Ellie Boon is going to make a plant, so Ellie Boon's my plant card. Although a second plant card would get me a blight removal. So we'll do that. We will go for Rackroot. Dropping wilds ain't so bad. Dropping a wild right here in the coast. Or actually, no, sorry. We're going to go for a Shadows because I don't want to have to deal with this land, so we'll just push it out and then we'll kill it next turn. Okay. Deal. Oh, we'll go here. Ellie Boon into 1, 2. And there's no other way for Wildfire to improve. Is there anything that Serpent can do to improve? I guess Earth, right? That would give me proliferation. So if we do get, like, Destroy 2 presence, then we can proliferate 1 back, grow 1 for next turn. There we go, Destroy 2 presence. Peak gaming. Alright, we'll go 1 and 2. Over here, we'll destroy 2 presence, going 1, 2. Beautiful. Now that's not going to build. And then you can go up. That will deny a build. But... Okay, this produces fear as long as there's invaders in one of my lands. And so I think that's going to happen, because this is either going to be sands or wetlands, right? So it's either going to explore here or explore here, so we're still get our 2 fear. Okay, where are we building? Well, actually, we have to push from and in the land, and we're building the coast. Okay, so that doesn't matter. Let's push things into Wildfire. That's not defended, but we can push into this one, so we can go like this. That's defended. And we can go like that. Aw, boo! I would have had a hit here. But I broke it up. right, explore the sands. And now we're escalating onto this board over here, with land number 1 being the big stack. So we'll go... Actually, I can escalate right into here because it gets defended and then it's good. Shadows of the Burning Forest will just give me 2 fear. And then Territorial Strife, I can kill Town Explorer before growing in and getting the rest of the job done. Okay, we'll kill you. We will remove a blight from... Definitely not here. So we go wetlands or here. I think I want to kill this town before I remove this blight. So let's do this. We have, what, 2 damage? And then we get to proliferate as well. We can pick up an any to get us up to 3 damage. Killing off... This is the only city on the board. Nowhere close to Terra level 3. But if we kill a town, push a town, that solves this. And we'll proliferate into here. It's the only 2 lands that matter. In fact, just absorb will just solve that problem, so we don't even need to do anything as Wildfire. No, hold on, undo. Let's go here. Kill you. Push you into Wildfire. That's a very nice combo to have. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking at 7, 8, and 1 as the lands that matter. Well, we're going to do an Absorb Essence this turn, definitely. So that will take care of this. That'll be defended for 4, so we'll be sitting pretty here. Wildfire can give up... Probably give up the 2? No, probably give up the 3. Because we need to have a presence in the jungles in order to use our major power, Bombard. It needs to be sourced from a jungle. Though we also are probably just going to grow into the 7. Just to do it. Do our damage here. You know, actually, I'm thinking. Irresistible Call. Yeah, we're going to be at 4 card plays now. We go up to 5 and a double reclaim. So if we go double reclaim, we bring back these 2. We're at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can afford to play all 5 of those cards. That's crazy. With... but Trees Radiate doesn't do anything. So with Exaltation... So if we go, that's 8, 9, 10... 16 energy. So if I go for the +4 energy button, we can play those 5 cards. We need a Sacred Site. So then we can reclaim you. And we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How does this do for thresholds? We need an air plant. We need sun, fire, 2 air. So we need air, plant, air to threshold everything. That'll get me this. And then because we're going to absorb, finally, we get proliferated too. So honestly, we can just reclaim here to hit this elemental boon. Because an elemental boon will give me 2 of the 3 missing elements, and then we any into the air. So we Ellie boon into air, plant. Air, plant, something. Cool. And as far as Irresistible Call, I was looking at just targeting the 8. Picking up all of this. But it might make more sense to target maybe the 5. Gathering all of that. I don't know, there's a lot of good uses for it. We could also target 6. Yeah, let's get rid of... We're not going to use our Sacred Sites. Cast Down? None of these are really playable. But we'll take Cast Down for the memes. Getting rid of Asphyxiating Smoke. Okay, we need to play Ellie Boon. That was the whole point of the Reclaim project. And so we know we're going to be going for Plant Air. And I guess we're going to have an extra card play anyways. So with this one, we go Plant, Air, Earth. Okay, and that'll Threshold Bombard. So we go here for Plant, Air, Earth. Thresholded, Thresholded. Flame Fury on the Self. Let's go Constancy. Let's go... Oh, Absorb will also get me... If I go Fire, that'll get me a double Blight removal. But that's not relevant anywhere. Go here. Okay, we go here. Card in hand to play. We can go... Flames Fury. Best card in the game. Deal 3 damage here. Use that Badlands. I'm planning on Irresistible Calling here next. And just gathering everything. So we'll do damage here. Skip an invader action. Okay, so if this is isolated, that means that these lands can't explore. So we could go for, like... We could just go for, like, the whole coast plus here. And then nothing on board F is possible to explore, because isolate and then all sources are going to be skipped. Or all explorable lands are going to be skipped. I think that's going to be for the best. We are still not at Terra level 3, because Scotland is crazy. Let's see. This is Thresholded, so Absorb Essence will get me, I don't know, Fire, I guess. Aegis. Oh, we can even fast proliferate. It's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, we need to fast proliferate just to create a double blight, so that way we can remove 2 blight and get full value. That's the big brain moment. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, we'll go here. Just clear the land. Killing this town will deny a city from existing. Everything else, I guess, can wait. Yeah, everything else can wait. We have no pressure to do anything at all. Unless if we want to get to terror level 3. So I would... Okay, actually, you know what? Here's the challenge. Can we just win right now? I would need to produce 7 fear and kill the city. So I need to produce 5 extra fear. This will produce 2 fear plus kill 2 towns. That's 4 fear. Anying into a moon. I guess if I had redone the whole turn, which I'm not going to do, but I could have redone the whole turn, such that my Ellie Boon gave a moon instead of an earth. Well, yeah, and then an absorb would go for earth instead of fire. So that way then, when we proliferate, we pick up the any, and that gets us a moon, so that'll get us 4 fear plus kill 2 towns, which will get us exactly enough, or one fear in order to win the game immediately. But that is, that's a bit much. That's not needed. So let's just chill. Hey, that element for the rest of the game, that is going to get me the moon that I need for the extra fear. Whoopa! So let's see, we forge a web. Over here, we can definitely forget something with a plant. Let's get rid of this roiling bog. Go 1 and 2. Over here, we'll give ourselves a plant, I guess. And over here, we'll give ourselves the moon. Ooh. I want to gather out of 8. So how do I do this? I think I need to do this and then prompt for adjacency. We go here and then... Okay, so that just works, I guess. Okay, skip the build. Okay. Defense. And push from a land not matching a build card. Let's go out here. And just 2 fear to win the game. Okay. So yeah, we just do the proliferate, and that will just do it right here. So, just gotta go through the motions. Well, this turned into a really fun game. I guess I love playing Wildfire. I think the Spirit's just crazy and fun, and it really feels nice to have Wildfire just completely broken in half by pairing it with Serpent, and that's kind of all he does. And of course, pulling such great cards like Gift of Constancy and Exaltation is a really nice way to do it. Yeah, this was a great game. I had a lot of fun here. Bada boom! Terror level 3! Love to see it. A very empty, clean board. It was a good time. Well, I thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you all have a glorious day.